Here's the Jarbidge Cemetery with the Smithsonian Institute report. Best guess of who's where. All buried out here in this large plot of sage. We're just north of town on the left side of the west side of Jack Creek, or Jarbidge Creek. Just climbed the mountain right above Jarbidge to the east side of Jarbidge. We've got the Jarbidge Peak over there, but look at the Oahe Desert view from here. There's the Oahe River Canyon cutting towards Oregon, way out there. That flat Oahe Desert with a big canyon cut of the Oahe River, looking north. Here's the road to the Pine Creek Campground, just south of Jarbidge, where about 14 years ago, in the year 2000, the Shovel Brigade, in an act of civil disobedience, unblocked this road that the Forest Service blocked off, and they removed a bunch of boulders out of here and reopened this road. This road only goes back a couple miles, and then you hit the wilderness boundary anyways, but from there you can hike right on into the Jarbidge Wilderness. Made the national news briefly. Anyways, there's a road that peels off to the left that climbs way up the mountain to some mines and should have some good views of the Jarbidge Wilderness. Here's typical of one of the many mines in the Jarbidge area remains. I think this is Bluster Mine. It's right above Pine Creek Campground. Jarbidge was real late into the gold rush. They didn't really get mining for gold around here around the turn of the century, but they got busy, man. They brought out millions of dollars worth of gold out of this area until they shut it all down in World War II. Man, you got to be good at these hill climbs and descents coming out of Jarbidge. Everything is just straight up and down. There's the road going into Jarbidge from Elko. But we're climbing up here. We found the audit for the Success Mine. Right here. Care to climb in? I'm right behind you. Oh, they got it blocked off anyways. There you go. Right into the Success Mine. Whew. Well, here's an interesting one. The Upper Bluster Mine on the same road up above Pine Creek here out of Jarbidge still has the tracks. The tracks leading into the mine. And of course it's blocked off. And back she goes. The tracks go across the road. And then off the mountain down to that head frame, but below. Lots of debris here on the hillside, pulleys, timber, but check this out, a steam boiler. We're probably running a steam donkey to run the cables up and down that head frame. Here's where the tubes of steam go running through here. And of course they didn't weld in those days, they used these rivets to nail these things together. Same thing on a steam locomotive. There's the tubes that the steam runs through. There just couldn't have been anything easy about this gold mining. This terrain is so steep and rugged and high altitude. Phew. Oh. I forgot my damn helmet mount. These roads up here are just great. Rocky and steep. Beautiful views. Great view looking straight down there, but I ain't looking down there, I'm looking up here. Here's the last mine on this road, the Rex mine, the remains of it. We also passed up the Josephine mine. All these mines are like within a half a mile of each other, all about the 8,200 foot elevation here below Jarbidge Peak. If you're riding along and you hear that roaring around in the sky, the Idaho Air National Guard has their military operations area right overhead, and we saw some A-10s dropping chaff and flares in a failed attempt to keep the F-15 from shooting them down. Oh, here's some more mine remains over here. Look at this, an old cabin. Oh, neat. Let's see if we can get down in there. Well, this was some real hillside living here before all this brush grew up. Great, you had a great view. Not much room though for a front yard. The old wood stove. A door to the back. Huh. Interesting. Instead of using chinking, they just chinked it with more bits of log. And you see round nails. All this mining was late in the game, in the turn of the century. Sunroof. Jarbidge Peak. A real screen. Glass. All the modern comforts of modern society. Typical log joinery here, but not very big logs to work with. It's always an unusual feeling during hunting season. Somebody on the next ridge over ain't scoping out your melon. And do the Gallagher with his high-powered rifle and scope. But no, the biggest threat with the hunters around here is just running into them on the roads. What do we got here? Shallow grave or just a trail marker? Huh. One of the interesting things about Jarbidge is its ancient geological history that formed this area. About 400 million years ago, a huge volcanic eruption blew out of here and killed bison as far away as Nebraska. It was one of those huge global climate-changing events. And it formed, I think these mountains are the remains of the top of a huge volcano. I don't know if it blew out down here or if it blew out east of Jarbidge Peak and the Matterhorn. But there was a huge volcanic eruption. It was called the Jarbidge event about 400 million years ago, and that explains why these huge mountains are still here to this day, towering above the desert just to the north, the flat, relatively flat desert just to the north. The next giant event is scheduled in the next million years or so for Yellowstone.